the Virgin Voyages Sea Terrace room, aka the balcony cabin. In this video, I'm sharing with you the most helpful tips, what you need to know, as well as, to be totally honest, people complain about this room a lot, and there are solutions. They just didn't know that these solutions are available to them. So that's what we're talking about in today's video, coming up. And if you're new here, ahoy, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World is CL. I literally just got on board about 3 hours ago, just met a bunch of you who booked with us, thank you, and a lot of you who left a lot of money on the table. So be a smart traveler next time because we got you. Let's dive straight in with what to know, which is the Sea Terrace balcony room on Virgin Voyages is 185 square feet. The majority of rooms are balcony rooms. 86% of the rooms on Virgin Voyages have a balcony. So this is the standard room that the majority of people are staying in. And to be honest, some of them really suck. So stay tuned for that video, info in the description below. Oh, that one corner room. The first helpful tip is the tablet. I wish I used this more when I first started sailing. Not only can you control your room and do things like change the mood of your room, but I actually sleep with this on my bedside table. Why? Because I like to be able to turn all the lights on or all the lights off at the end of the night. And then in the morning, when I wake up and I'm very tired, then I can open the curtains automatically or close them if I don't want them to be open. You can change the bedroom temperature here, but it has all of this helpful info on your tablet. Another quick tip is the movies are in here as well. And again, all movies on your voyage are included. Also on here is services. This is great because if you need something from your cabin attendant, you can ask for it here, such as fresh towels, asking for your laundry to be picked up, ice, etc. And lastly, the Red Book is now a digital guide. This is like all your logistical information, whereas the Insider Guide is your printable version of all my best tips. The next helpful thing to know about your room is that you can ask for things. A lot of people say hello to their room attendant as they check in, but don't spend time with them. Let them give you a tour, and there are things that you can ask them for. I always ask for more hangers. I bring a lot of clothing on this trip. You don't have to. I also personally love having a bucket of ice. I ask for ice every day. You can ask for your water preferences, whether you want still water or sparkling water. A reminder that water is included in your Virgin Voyages sailing. And also things like a steamer. Irons are not allowed. The full list of what's not allowed is in the description of this video, as well as how to get a great deal on your sailing. Be a smart traveler. I want you to book with us. But borrowing a steamer is something that you can do if your clothes require it. The next helpful thing to know is that there are charging ports and places to plug things in all over your room, which is really nice and really helpful. But a lot of people like to bring surge protectors, extension cord, or some kind of power bank or fill in the blank. And there are things that you can and cannot bring. And if you're like, why did I get that taken away? They don't want you to cause a fire. I don't want you to cause a fire. Your neighbor doesn't want you to cause a fire. So making sure you have the right kind of charger is key. There's a list of ones that are accepted in the description below. The next helpful tip, and again, I talked about how many hangers I need because I have a lot of luggage, is there's actually a lot of storage around the room that a lot of people miss. And so one top one that people miss is putting things underneath the bed. The bed is relatively pretty high, so you're able to fit things underneath. You also have drawers in the closet. You have the space above the closet. You have pull-out spaces within the closet, and you got places around the desk as well. You have a lot of options for places to put things, as well as even a spot in the bathroom that most people miss. So if you bring a lot of stuff, know that you have places to store things. The next helpful tip is about the refrigerator that's in your room. The size of the refrigerator can technically hold around 3 bottles of wine. There is a mid shelf that I always remove so I can fit the bottle of wine in there. The next key thing to know about your room is an important one because a lot of people don't do this, and then it kind of gets their vacation off to a bad start, which is they don't press the do not disturb sign. There's 2 buttons on your room. One is for cleaning and making up your room, and one is for do not disturb. Generally around 9 a.m. is when your room attendants will start knocking on the doors to service your room, and they do that once per day. At the end of the night or after I have greeted my room attendant immediately after check-in, we've done established the hangers, the ice and all the things, I will immediately press the do not disturb sign so I don't even have to remember or think about it. And that just ensures a great night's sleep so I don't have to worry about them knocking on the door in the morning and nobody feels bad. This next helpful tip is important because sometimes it can get windy outside and you don't want your clothes that are hung outside to blow away into the ocean. And so it's helpful to know that in your shower, there is a place where you can pull the clothes hanger and hang your wet clothing. It's a great spot to put it to ensure it doesn't go anywhere. If you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing, and don't forget, we're all a community. If you have a helpful tip, add it in the comments below so we can help each other. Make sure you check the description because there's so much more info in there that most people miss. And also, here's a secret. This room is exactly the same as Valiant Lady, and it's exactly the same as Resilient Lady. Resilient has a little bit of differences in color, but these are all the same rooms. So this applies across all the ships, just so you know. Don't forget, I want you to be a smart traveler and book with us. Let's talk about complaints. And I'm gonna be honest, it's difficult for me to talk about this because a lot of people complain to me and I'm like, oh, well, did you ask for fill in the blank? And they're like, oh, I didn't even know I could. And I'm like, then stop complaining.
Let's talk about solutions.
The bed, oh, the bed. So many people complain about the bed, and an equal number of people love the bed and get the best night's sleep. I don't know if it's comfortable or if it's not, but there's two helpful things to know, which, by the way, I'm working hard for you. It's sail away right now. I'm missing out on my free bubbles, so I can help you guys out here. Cheers that like button. Two things. One, if you are sailing with somebody who, like I sailed with my mom, love my mom, don't want to snuggle with my mom, you can split your beds. Virgin Voyages doesn't know if you need a single bed or two beds. So if you check in and you happen to have one bed and you need two, simply tell your room attendant and they will split the beds. It only takes a little bit. My mom and I told them, we went and stuffed our faces. We came back an hour later and our beds were split. It was fantastic. The second thing that people complain about is the bed being too hard. I love it personally, but as a test, I had them put a mattress topper on and whoa, it feels really soft. Like I actually feel like I'm gonna roll into the bed and create like a valley, you know, like being in there. I'm excited to try it out. I'm gonna put words over the screen with my review after I've tried it out because I'm gonna edit this at the end of the voyage. Mattress topper. That's an option available to you. You simply need to request it and they'll add the mattress topper. It took my room attendant 15 minutes to put it on while I had run up to the galley to grab something to eat as soon as I had boarded. The next thing that people always complain about, and this is gonna seem silly, it's the hand soap. And so sometimes they'll give you a bottle of soap and sometimes they'll give you a bar of soap. My top tip for whatever it is that you prefer, most people prefer the hand soap, and if you only have bar soap, I always leave the shower a little bit cracked. It also helps it to dry faster if you happen to have taken, hopefully you took a shower. But I always leave it slightly cracked so I can just reach inside and put a little body wash on my hand and wash my hands. Easy solution. Ooh, this next top complaint is also what I call user error. And so a lot of people, especially if you're on the Caribbean sailings, is that they complain the room is too hot. And oftentimes, it's their fault. It says it on the door, they'll send reminders over the app, but a lot of people miss it. I missed it when I first started sailing, which is when you close the balcony, if you don't actually turn the handle, this air conditioning will not turn on, which means you might think that door is closed because it seems very shut. But unless it is locked all the way, the air conditioning doesn't turn on. And what that means is your room is gonna be nice and toasty. One more tip that I would add to this is when you leave your room, if you're somewhere that it's hot, close the big dark shade. That will help to reduce the amount of heat coming in. It does make a difference. Because if you're gone long enough, it will close on its own. Oh, let's do it this way. Ready? Love this thing. All right, I don't even want to share this last one because I've heard it more than once though, which is why I'm going to share it. One of the top things that people complain about is the colors. And this is why it's important to come onto Virgin Voyages with an open mind, even if that means open mind to the colors. I mean, if you didn't catch that, the color of these curtains, for example, are representative of a sunset in the Caribbean, right? You have the beautiful blue with the pink sunset up top. Get it? It's really nice. Tell me your opinion below, but oh, I have a solution.
It's not close your eyes.
Sail with Resilient. Valiant and Scarlet, these rooms look very similar. The art is a tiny bit different. The color of the octopus is different, but everything else is exactly the same. But on Resilient, there's more neutral colors. Ah, there's a solution. Resilient, yeah. Boom, I'm Christine Lozada. Book with us, be a smart traveler. If you have a helpful tip, help each other. Add it in the comments below. Join us in the Facebook group. Don't forget about the Insider Guide. And I got 9 minutes to go drink bubbles at the Sail Away party. Bye! Love this thing.